What would drive a devout Muslim woman raised on the Quran and the call to prayer to risk everything for the cross? Have you ever wondered what it would take to walk away from everything you've ever known for the sake of truth? Today, you're going to hear the incredible story of an Arab woman, how she went from reading the Quran to encountering Jesus Christ in a way that changed her life forever. By the end of this video, you'll see how God's love can reach across any boundary, cultural, religious, or even national, and how the gospel speaks to every human heart. Stick around, because this isn't just her story. It might be yours too. A childhood of certainty, raised in Islam. Let's call her Layla. A young girl born in the Middle East in a family devoted to Islam. 5 daily prayers, the call of the muezzin echoing through the streets. Quran classes after school. This was her normal. This was her truth. But even as a child, Layla had questions. Why does God feel so distant? Why am I afraid of him instead of drawn to him? In the Quran, Allah is described as merciful, but the mercy often felt conditional. Obedience was essential, but intimacy, that was a foreign concept. Quran 4:56 says, "Those who disbelieve our revelations, we shall expose them to the fire." Fear, not love, was the starting point of faith. The cracks begin to show. As Layla grew older, she encountered Christians, first at school, then online. She was taught to be cautious of them, to challenge their beliefs. But something unexpected happened. A Christian girl once told her, "Jesus isn't just a prophet, he's the Son of God who loves you personally." That was shocking, blasphemous even, but it haunted her. One night she secretly opened a Bible app. Her eyes fell on this verse, Romans 5:8. "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." This wasn't the God of rules and punishments she grew up fearing. This was a God who loved first. Dreams of the man in white. Then came the dreams. She started seeing a man in white. Gentle eyes, open arms, no words, just peace. She told no one, she was afraid. In Islam, Jesus, or Isa, is a prophet, not the Son of God. But these dreams led her to explore deeper. One day she read this, John 14:6. "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That verse shook her. Either Jesus was telling the truth or he was dangerously deceived. But if he was telling the truth, it would change everything. The crisis of faith, choosing the cross. Layla secretly reached out to a Catholic convert online, an ex-Muslim who had walked the same road. They talked for hours. She learned about the Eucharist, the Trinity, the Virgin Mary, and the sacraments. It wasn't easy. How could God become man? How could Jesus die on a cross and still be divine? But slowly the puzzle pieces came together. Philippians chapter 2, verses 6-8. "Though he was in the form of God, he did not count equality with God something to be grasped, but emptied himself and became obedient unto death, even death on a cross." This was the God she had longed for, close, humble and loving, but converting meant danger. In some countries, apostasy is a crime. For Layla, it meant losing her family, her safety and her community. Still, she chose Christ. Let's talk about her first Mass, A Taste of Heaven. Layla's first Mass was life-changing. She wept as she watched the consecration. When the priest lifted the host, she recalled John chapter 6, verse 51. "I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever." She whispered, "My Lord and my God." For the first time, she felt what she had longed for her entire life. God with us. Emmanuel, from fear to freedom, a new identity. Today, Layla lives in a new country under a different name. She shares her testimony quietly but boldly. She carries a rosary in her purse. She reads the Bible daily. And though she lost everything, she gained so much more. Matthew 10:39. "Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." Her story is a reminder that Jesus didn't come for the comfortable. He came for the seeking, the hurting and the brave, a dream of the Virgin Mary, the turning point. For many Muslims, devotion to Mary, known in the Quran as Maryam, is profound. In fact, she is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran, and she even has a full chapter named after her. So when Layla had a dream of the Virgin Mary, It didn't feel foreign, it felt holy. But what came next shook her to the core. In the dream, Layla saw Mary holding a crucifix. Not a crescent moon, not a Quran, a crucifix. At first she thought it might be a trick of the enemy. But peace overwhelmed her in the dream, so much that she wept upon waking. Layla, she said, I didn't understand the cross, but in her eyes I saw truth. I saw suffering, yes, but I also saw healing. And that dream was not without biblical backing. In Acts chapter 2, verse 17, it says, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Acts 2, 17 NIV. We are living in those last days. Dreams like Layla's are happening all around the world, particularly in places where access to Christian teaching is limited. God is reaching the unreachable, not by force, but by supernatural invitation. Layla began to read about Marian apparitions, Lourdes, Fatima, and especially Our Lady of Guadalupe. She was astonished to find that in every apparition, Mary's message was the same: do whatever he tells you, John 2:5. It was Mary once again pointing beyond herself to Christ. And Layla knew this was no coincidence. Her heart finally opened to the crucified one, and the pieces began to fit together. Have you ever experienced a dream, a sign, or a moment so powerful it made you question everything? Don't dismiss it. God can and does speak in extraordinary ways to invite us into a relationship with him. Have you ever felt like God was far away? Like you were following all the rules but missing the relationship? Let Layla's story challenge you. If you believe her story is powerful, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to know that Jesus is for them. Do you have a testimony of encountering Christ? Drop it in the comments. Let's encourage each other with stories of his faithfulness. Layla's journey wasn't just about changing religions, it was about finding truth himself. From the pages of the Quran to the foot of the cross, she discovered a God who didn't wait for perfection. He offered love first, and that same invitation is open to you. Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in. So, what's holding you back? Maybe you're not a Muslim woman living in the Middle East. Maybe you're a cradle Catholic who feels distant from God. Maybe you're just spiritually curious. But no matter where you are, Jesus is knocking. The only question is, will you open the door? If Layla's story moved you, don't let it end here. Like this video to help others find it. Subscribe for more faith-filled content. Comment below. What part of Layla's journey inspired you most? Share this video with someone who might be searching for truth. May the God who revealed himself through the cross guide your steps today. May he give you courage in moments of fear and peace in seasons of doubt. And may you, like Layla, discover that true freedom is found not in following a religion, but in following a person, Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Until next time, keep your faith strong and your heart open. God bless you.